There comes a moment after all the awareness, after all the truth, after all the things you have finally started to see, where you have to make a decision. You have to decide not what to believe, not what you want. You have to decide who you are going to be. Because at some point, you stop needing another insight. You stop needing another explanation, another breakthrough, another moment where everything suddenly makes sense, and you realize the life you want is going to require something from you. Not perfection. It's not what we're talking about here. It's not about performance or striving. Practice. The quiet work, the daily work, the work no one sees. Because this is where men get lost. They want a different life, but they don't want a different day. They want peace, but they keep feeding the things that steal it. They want connection, but they keep choosing isolation. And they want truth, but they keep returning to the noise. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But your life is not changed by what you want. We all know that. It is changed by what you practice. Every day, you are becoming someone. By what you think about, by what you give your attention to, by what you do when no one is watching. You're training. The only question is, what are you training yourself into? Because the man you become will always be the result of the things you repeat. Not the things you say, not the things you intend, the things you repeat. That is why the work matters. Not because God is waiting for you to prove yourself, because your life will always move in the direction of what you practice. And this is not about doing more. It's not about striving, right? It's not about good works. It's about doing the right things long enough for them to become who you are. The problem is, most people are waiting to feel different first. It's that sequential living thing. They think, when I feel more motivated, I'll start. When I feel more confident, I'll change. When I feel more certain, I'll move. You're never going to get anywhere if you're waiting for things to be right, because that day rarely comes. Because confidence is not what comes before the work. It is what comes from the work. The same is true for peace. The same is true for trust. The same is true for strength. You do not wait until you feel like a different man. You begin acting like him. And eventually, your life catches up. That is what faith really is. Not pretending, not denying reality. Living from what is true, even before it feels true. Because there are two versions of you. The man you have practiced being, and the man you are becoming. And every day, you cast a vote by what you do, by what you allow, and by what you repeat. You cast a vote for one version or the other. That is why small things matter. A lot more than you think. The way you wake up, the thoughts you allow, the things you listen to, the people you spend time with, the promises you keep to yourself, it all matters. Because little things become big things when you do them every day. You do not drift into the life you want. You build it intentionally. One decision, one thought, one act of obedience at a time. And I know sometimes that it just feels slow. Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. You're doing the work, trying to think differently, trying to respond differently, trying not to go back to the old thing, and part of you wonders, is this even doing anything? I'm here to tell you, yes, it is, because roots grow before fruit. And some of the most important things God is doing in your life right now are happening where no one can see them, including you. The world wants everything instantly. I get it. Fast results. Quick fixes, immediate proof. But real change does not work like that. Real change, if you're honest with yourself, you know that already. Real change is quiet. It happens in the moments when no one is clapping, when no one is watching, no one even knows you're trying, and you still choose. You still take the walk, leave the phone in the other room. You still tell the truth. You still take the thought captive. You still get up. Not because it feels easy, because you are becoming someone. Scripture says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. It's Galatians 6:9. Do not give up. Not because you're almost there, because the work itself is changing you. Every time you choose truth over the lie, you're changing. Every time you interrupt the pattern, you're changing. Every time you act from who you really are instead of who you used to be, you're changing, even if you cannot see it yet. And one day, I promise you, and it's not that long from now, you're going to look back at the man you used to be, the one who felt stuck, the one who felt lost, the one who believed the lie, and you're going to realize he did not disappear. He came back to life, not because of one moment, because of the work, the quiet work, the daily work, the work that changes a man. And we're just getting started.